What up, gents? It's your boy Tyler here. Welcome to another episode of the Gentleman's Crackle channel. Tonight, guys, we got a sick one for you. The new pod mod from dotMod, the dotPod Max. All right, hold on first. Check this out. We got the dotPod Max mod. All right, this is the pod mod, but then we also have the dotpod Max RBA that goes with it too, dude. And this thing is freaking banging, dude. I've been testing this setup all week. It is so freaking good. This is so easy to build too. Look at all the airflow options you get. This mod is actually really good. Guys, we're gonna get into all this because it's seriously so much fun. I can't wait to show you guys. But first, let's start it off with a Crackle test, shall we? All right, guys. First up on the list, we have the dotmod V3. All right, the dotmod V3. And this is Ethan Windsor Fresno Fog panels on here. Even the buttons on there. I picked out this chicken wire panel myself, and then he cut it and everything. But look at that, gorgeous on there. And then, of course, inside there, we have the TGCC1 titanium from Sturdy One. All right, and we have the matching Sturdy tip on there. And dude, this setup is just so freaking tits, man. Let's hear how it sounds. Amen. Oh, dude, that is so freaking good. That new Dot V3 is just such a powerhouse, dude. I love the way this looks. All day. That's sturdy in dot mode is such a banger, dude. Such an absolute banger. And then, guys, check it out. The new one from BMM, all right? This is the Wicked Bootlegger. All right, this is the Wicked collab. This is the BMM X Wicked collab bootlegger. All right, you see you got the panda right there. You got the panda down there. I believe inside here too it says no rest for the wicked. Yep, look at that. Isn't that sick? And then we got the W right there. And of course we got the new BMM Alpha. The new BMM Alpha. All right, and of course I had to get blue titanium buttons for my blue bootlegger. All right, so these are all titanium buttons right there. Let's go ahead and hear how she sounds. Hold on, I got a fire from that one. Amen. Dude, I am so blessed that I have this thing, dude. That is such a cool device, dude. I love that. And that alpha just hits for days. Alpha just hits for days. And then, guys, last but not least, we have the Thief RBA, the Thorion RBA. All right, from Thief, sitting in the LVE Orion 2. Look at that. We got the Thief hat up there and the Thief hat down there. And we got Thief written on the RBA and Thief written on the panels. Dude, what an amazing little setup. Let's go ahead and hear how she sounds. Oh, yeah. Oh, hang on. We got to bring her back to life. Started choking up. So what we can do is just open up that top cap a little bit and then close it back up, and it should be purring like a walrus now. There it is. Oh, yeah, baby. That is so, dude, I love these little pod mods, dude. Amen, amen. And then you guys know it wouldn't be a gentleman's video without a Ripski of the live sauce. Let's go. Cheers. And with that, we shall begin. So let's take a look at this one first. Kind of peel it out of there. Oh. And oh yeah, she is a beauty, dude. She is a beauty. And of course, I had to get the blue matching my mod. They just look absolutely stunning together. But yeah, this is a 2100 milliamp hour capacity. All right, 2100 milliamp hour LiPo battery in there, and this is 4.5 milliliters capacity. All right, so that's a really good capacity in here. Now, what comes in here is the dot coils. All right, but we won't be using the dot coils. We're going to be using the RBA. But I'll show you guys what comes in here too. So lifting up more, you get another pod. I believe this one is disposable. Yeah, this is complete disposable pod down here. And with these pods, you can adjust the airflow right on there. All right, so that's pretty cool. But we're not gonna be using any of this because we're gonna be building the RBA. But this is all what it comes with: USB cable and everything, USB-C. So 5 clicks to get it on. Oh, it's already on. Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And there we go. So yes, all right. So when it's off, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it'll say goodbye. But when you press the button, it'll say locked. That's what was confusing me. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then if we want to change the watts, 1, 2, 3, and then you notice it goes all the way up to 60. You saw that 60, and it does round robin. All right, it does round robin, but it goes all the way up to 60 watts. We're going to be using it around 30 watts, and it goes in half a watt increments. All right, so 4 is to lock it. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you can lock it. There goes the lock screen. 1, 2, 3, 4. Unlock it. And then you can also change the themes on here. So 6 clicks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Brings you up to the menu. So you got theme, puff, and exit. When you want to select on something, you just press and hold. And that'll get you to the next menu. So here we have 3 different themes. You saw the first one, Volt. This is the second one, Mech. All right. Pretty cool. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, theme. Theme. And we'll go to the next one down, core. All right, so that one's a pretty basic one. I like that one a lot too. But we'll use the stock one that it came with. So Volt. This is the stock one right here. All right. Pretty freaking cool. Look, I already put 260 puffs on this bad boy. I brought this out to work and it lasted all day at work. And here, we'll get onto this right here. So this right here is the real star of the show. All right, you can see it's a little wet in there, but look at those cool engravings on it. Hang on, let's go ahead and take it out. So to take this out, to take this RBA out of here, you have this little thing on here on the bottom. You're gonna have to press. You're gonna have to kind of press your knuckles in and pull, and it'll pull right out. All right, so that comes out all like that. Sometimes this part can get stuck up in here, but all you have to do is turn your tip around and press down, and it'll pop right out. All right, so you can get that thing going right out there. But here is the RBA. Look at that. Hope my camera's showing that well enough without messing up. But look at how cool that is. That is such a cool design on there. I love that. So as you can see, the chimney is basically non-existent. You know what I'm saying? It's just a little stubbiness of it. So that's, it delivers such a good amount of flavor. I mean, you're getting straight from the coil straight into the tip. You know what I'm saying? Just so I love that about these small RBAs. So let's show you the deck and everything. Pretty straightforward deck. If you guys remember the .RBA X, it was a postless deck. And it was a little bit tricky to build if you didn't know what you're doing. So I'm glad they went with this simple design. It's such a breeze to build. You guys already know what I'm gonna do. Cut right to the deck, fan all around, chop the tops off, and that's it. So as you can see, let's take off this bottom right here. So you're gonna need to take this off to build, all right? Then you got the little 510 threading. And we have a 3.2 pin. That'll be a good lead on to go into the pins. All right, so you got a massive amount of pins here. We have a 0.8, 1.0, 1.2, 1.5, 2.0, 2.5, 3.0, and 3.2 installed. Now the website, the dotmod website says 3.4, but there is no 3.4 on here. And I even went to Vapor DNA and looked at their site, and I didn't see 3.4. So the max pin that I've got is 3.2 millimeters. So decent amount of airflow. You know what I'm saying? For these small little RBAs, decent amount. But look at those wick holes. Beautiful, man. That is so nice. So nice. So just grabbed one of my tiny little flatheads. All right, this is a 2.0, 2 millimeter flathead. So just get your driver right into that little screw hole, and boom, she comes right out. And then if you notice, bam, stays all put in there, but got a little bit of juice on there. Not bad at all though. But yeah, so really easy pins. If I wanted to switch this out to 0.8, look at that. Oh my God, 0.8. You just get it right up in there. And boom. You could get this going at 0.8 millimeters. Look at that. So that's pretty cool. But for the sake of this video, we are just going to be using 3.2. All right, the 3.2. And the peak insulator is not coming out of there. It's going to be hard to get that out. So just leave that be. Don't try to grab that out or anything. Now the inside of that cap, look at that. I love the way that's machined. So nice. You can tell they really took their time designing this. But the airflow is coming through the bottom right there. All right, it's hitting that airflow pin right there at the bottom. So there's nothing coming out right there. And in order to fill this up, you just got to pull it off like that, and you can fill in right there. You know. Oh, and this is also to note too that this can only go in one way. You can't put it in this way. All right. So it can only go in one way. And one thing to note is when I was at work, I brought this with me to work, and I accidentally opened it up without me even realizing it. And I went in the store and everything, and I came back out, and I noticed that it was open. And I was like, oh crap. So I went to take a hit, and nothing but gurgle, and I flooded the whole tank. And I was like, oh my God. But guys, let me tell you, not one drop leaked out of this tank. None whatsoever. I went the whole entire day with none leaking. The whole tank was flooded. I couldn't vape it, but nothing leaked out anywhere. So this is like completely leak proof. So I've tested that, and it truly is leak proof. So that is really something awesome to note, that you can rest assured that you can take this guy out, you know, high altitudes, whatever. This thing is not leaking on you whatsoever. Yeah, so this thing is leak proof. It's super easy to build. And oh, forgot to mention too, it also comes with another tip. So here you have, this looks like 4 millimeter bore, and this looks like 5 millimeter bore, or 6 millimeter bore, if I had to take a guess. Maybe that's 5 millimeter 4. Or I'm thinking this is 4 and this is 6. Guys, let's go ahead and throw a build in this bad mamma jamma, shall we? So to build this, we're definitely going to need our flathead driver. All right, 2 millimeter flathead. We are also going to need in our Vecto 2 kit from Graphics. Love this kit. Let's go ahead and get our LA clippers out. We are going to need our coil majig out. And that's it. That's all we're going to need, because I got my skizzers right over here. All right, so let's go ahead and get this guy on the build tab. Oh, and might I mention too, nice room in there for the teeth. But guys, for today's coils, we shall use some Red's Artisan coils. All right, shout out Chris Harper. These are the tripwires. These are my favorite coils to use in these tiny RBA pod, or these tiny RBAs that go in the pods. So this is a tripwire, dual core, Twisted Messes Nichrome 80, 2.5 millimeter ID, and it's coming out to a 0.35 to a 0.4. Usually comes out to a 0.4, like a 0.38, 0.4 to me. So bam, we'll get that out. And oh, look how strong those maggots are. Jeez, look at that. Look at that. Oh my, look at that. That thing is strong as hell, man. All right, so let's get this on here first. Hang on, guys. Let's zoom in just a little, huh? Let's zoom in just a little. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and line this up in here, just like that. Get it nice and straight, just like that. And go ahead and send her down in there, just like that. Remember, we're not gonna twist too hard, just enough for it to clamp down on there. All right, that's all we're looking for. And go ahead and clip these guys off. Bam. And bam. Just like that. And now we can go ahead and move these grubs and the leads of the coil nice and tight. And then your coil might get a little disfigured, but hey, don't worry. That's what we have the coil jig for. All right. So go ahead and line her up in here pretty well. And then guys, what I like to do is just get this centered. You see how the legs are going up? So I like to get this in here just like this and slam it just a little, just to get those leads straight. That is in there. Let's see what the cold ohms are. All right, 0.26. Let's bring this down to 10. All right, we should see a little bit of smoke. Bam, yep. Smoke right on cue. All right, at 10 watts, 0.4 ohm coil should be heating up pretty quickly. Yep. Let's bring it up to 12. And start strumming a little bit. Bam, looking nice. 0.33, right on. Bring it up to 15. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's looking nice. I don't know why that's saying 0.33. It's a lot higher than that, but whatever, we'll stick with it. But guys, is it looking like a even glow? Yeah, we're even glowing on the dotmod, RBA X from dotmod, the dotPod Max RBA. Oh yeah, even glow. And that will never get old. That will never get old. All right. Let's bring this up to 25. Nice. And guys, look at those blues on there. Oh man, that is gorgeous, dude. Love those blues. All right, bring it up to 30. What we're going to be building at? Perfect. Absolutely perfect. And guys, for today's cotton, we have some Firebolt. All right. You can use MAV on this too, but just for the purpose of this video, when I put this on, I'm gonna be sending it right down in there. So, but you can also wet wick this, so you can wick it with MAV if you wanted to. But just to shorten up this video, I'm gonna be using Firebolt. Let's go ahead and get a shoelace out. Go ahead and trim those right off. Boom, and we can start to unravel this guy. And then guys, I think we're gonna rip it right from that middle piece. That looks good. Just like that. We'll save this one over here. Actually, wait, hang on. Should we use this piece? This might be a good piece to use. Hang on. Lazy American hot dog roll, just to shape it right on. Yeah, I think this piece might be a good one. All right, get your twisties going, just like that. And now we are gonna send this bad boy right through. Bam, just like that. Okay, pull it through. A little back and forth, not too crazy. You don't want to pull back and forth in this too much. And then guys, where we're gonna trim this at is right there, right above the O-ring. All right, and bam. Go ahead and get your skizzers right here. Make sure they're lined up, and bam. And then we can go ahead and fan these all around. Okay, because you don't want these wicks coming out of that hole too much. Make sure it's all nice and even. All right, it's as even as we're gonna get. And then guys, we're gonna go and trim these tops off, just directly off, all right? Just go line it up right with the post and Bam. Just like that. And this one. Just like that. But all right, guys, so we have that looking like that. We are just going to kind of form it with our fingers like that. All right. And then we can go ahead and put this cap on, guys. Okay, be mindful of your cotton, just like on this side. Make sure it's not snagging your cotton anywhere. Make sure it's all going down in there. And go ahead and press this guy on. And then any cotton you have sticking out, go ahead and just make sure it's all nice and tucked in there. Look at that. See that? How none came out whatsoever? That's exactly what you're looking for. Got a little bit sticking out right here, but hey, that's fine. All right, y'all, for today's juice, we have some F.D.H, the FC apricot cream cookie. One of my all-time faves from F.D.H, man. I love this stuff. Big shout out Kaz and Dimitri, man. Can't wait for their new doc to drop. The new doc of 2026. It's gonna be dropping here in just a little bit. All right, let's go ahead and drip it on here. We're just gonna send it right down in the middle. Bam. And while we're doing that, we can go ahead and get these sides going a little bit. She's getting on the cotton now. There we go. She's getting on that cotton now. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We got something, baby. We got something. Let's hear how she sounds at 32. Woo! Woo! Heck yeah, bro. That is sounding sweet. That is sounding so nice. Hang on, let's let you guys hear that. Ready? Let's let you hear it at 33 watts. You know what I'm saying, bro? Oh my god, bro. Oh my god. Oh my god. That is sounding stupendous, bro. That is sounding absolutely magnificent. Amen. All right, guys, so to go ahead and take this off, should come off relatively easy. All right, gonna make sure that's pressed in all the way. Yep, perfect. All right, guys, go ahead and get your little ring. Send it on there. Bam, just like that. Just like that. All right, guys, go ahead and grab your RBA pod. Bam, just like that. And go ahead and full send, guys, full send. Get it right up in there. All right. And guys, the clever thing about this tank is look at where the airflow comes. Right there. So the airflow comes right in through there and goes cleverly underneath all that. Isn't that so cool? I love that. So that's why the airflow can only go on one way, because it comes out right there. So that is pretty cool. I like that. Let's go ahead and fill her up, guys. And for me, what I like to do personally is I like to put my finger over that drip tip hole. And then go ahead and full send right in there. Boom, just like that. Close that lid. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That is looking super nice, dude. Ready? Let's hear. Perfect, dude. Absolutely perfect. Let's go ahead and send her on here. Bam. 28 watts. Hang on. Let's bring her up. Let's bring her up to 32. Actually, 32 and a half. Let's bring it up to 32 and a half. Ready? Let's hear how she sounds. Oh my word. All right, guys. I will see you up top. Whoa, gents. Dude, that was a sick little build video, huh? It's such a small little RBA too. You know, this amount of juice can last you all day. It did with me. You know, I bring 2 mods with me to work. You know, I brought this mod and another pod mod, and both of them, they lasted me all day at work. So, hey, they run good. You know what I'm saying? I really like them a lot. Let's go ahead and hear how she sounds. Dude. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me right now? How are these small little mods so freaking nice? They're so nice. It wicks so good. It wicks like a dream. I can appreciate dotMod doing that kind of deck where, you know, has the little circles in front and stuff. It follows that familiar deck style that we all know. It's so easy to run, and you know, gives you all your info right there. We're running it at 32.5 watts, and this is coming at a 0.35 ohm in there. But should be reading like a it should be reading like a 0.4, but sometimes these RBAs might read a little bit off. But hey, it's hidden just like a 0.4 should. 32.5 is freaking nice too. You probably hit this thing at 30 watts, and it would probably give me somewhat of the same crackle. Hold on here. So I'm gonna hit this at 30 watts. Here is 30 right there. 30 on the dot. Ready? Let's go. Let's hear how it sounds. Dude, you can easily hit this at 30, no problem. You can easily run this at 30 watts. Those red tripwires in there. It is sounding excellent because of those Reds Artisan Coils tripwires. Those sing like a bird in there, man. Absolutely one. I'm just gonna bring this back up to 32.5 where I had it. I like that rapid fire just for the sake of this video. And I was at 100. I'm at 97% now, just to kind of give you, you know, where we're at in real time. And what's tasting good in there, that F.D.H, the FC, the apricot cream cookie. That is one of F.D.H's best flavors they ever made. Dude, I love that. And in a pod setting, it is so freaking nice. Oh, that juice is tasty. Tastes just like I'm eating apricot. You know what I'm saying? Like in a cookie form. That is so freaking good, man. Alright, so I got this guy right here, the DL tip. Bigger bore, you know. Alright, that's the bigger bore. Let's try this one out. Oh yeah, that is some monster DL hits right there. And the chimney is so short, it's just like a little stubby. You know what I'm saying? So you're getting that direct flavor, just straight to the dome, dude. Guys, I cannot get over how good that is. And this is relatively cheap too. These little pod setups are cheap, man. And they're affordable. You can get it right on the dotMod site. Dude, it is such a dream. It's really good, dude. I really can't get over it. And that one-sided airflow is all you need. Those little slits right there, that's all you need. It works wonders, dude. That is seriously top notch. I really enjoy that a lot. But guys, at this time, oh yeah, and definitely, but before we do that, you know, the whole dotMod family right here. This is the dot AO V3 right here. It's like a normal AIO. Then you have the dotPod. You know what I'm saying? This little small doohickey right here. And this is definitely comparable. Like these are sick little setups to bring with you all day. You know what I'm saying? These are definitely all day vapes right here. Freaking, but this dotPod, seriously, it contends with this one. Definitely. It definitely hits on the mark. With that RBA inside, I mean, it just does wonders. And that 3.2 pin, that's a good amount of airflow, man. That's a good amount of airflow. Nice RDL. I'm basically pushing at the DL limits. This, to me, it's DL, you know what I'm saying? But it's traditionally RDL. But guys, at this time, I would like to thank the following people, if I could. All right. Oop. Cheers. All right. These are the members of the Ultimate Kings. Shout out to Robert Ford, Chris Greek, Lucille Joanne, Michael Forgash, Robert Shkreli, James Patrick, Sam Freeman, Dominic Giles, James Hatton, CJ Castillo, Clinton Starr, Bowen Wang, Joey Little, Sleepy McNoodle, Nick Cristiano, Daryl Montana, Michael Stevens, Chris Romans, August Linder, Nick Dudash, Michael Larson, Aaron Baraccio, Brian Berry, aka Scooterberry, and the always lovely Jamie Robbins. Thank you guys so much for being a part of the Ultimate Kings. If you are interested in getting your name shouted out in a video, I'll leave links to the Patreon down below. You can get a free set of coils, and you get a free set of coils upon joining, but you also get access to the Patreon coil menu. And yes, the same coils that are featured in this video, the Reds Artisan Tripwires, these are on the Patreon coil menu, so, and at a discounted price, so can't beat that. You also get access to the group chat. Dude, that group chat is lit 24/7. Dude, we have so much fun in that freaking group chat. Oh my god. We also got a Discord server. That Discord server is lit 24/7, dude. We have a Crackle checks thread, BST thread, TGCC videos thread, a vape mail thread. Dude, it's so much fun in there. So if you wanna join a sweet Crackle community, I'll leave links to the Discord down below. So, and guys, make sure to like, subscribe, share the video, all that jazz. Leave comments down below, leave feedback, let me know how I'm doing. Request any addies you want to see on the channel. I try to take whatever's in the comments. If I see it enough times, I'll go ahead and grab the addy and then do it on the channel. So guys, the age-old question: should you get this? The dotPod Max, the dotmod dotPod Max mod, and the dotmod dotPod Max RBA. Should you get these? I would, dude. This is a fun little time right here. I really enjoy it. I mean, dude, she just wicks for days. The flavor's incredible. Dude, I don't have enough good things to say about this. Trying to say my cons about it. My cons, I wish it wasn't a one-button configuration, I guess. I don't know. I mean, that's not really a con, it's just a personal preference, but, I mean, it works. But for how cheap and affordable this is and how good it works, I'm trying to find a con about it. I guess the con about it is when I went to hit it sometimes, I have blocked this airflow and it sounds like this. You hear that? So immediately I was like, oh shit, what is that? So just be careful about how you hit this because you can block that airflow super easily. So I guess that is a con. Another thing is watch out right here for this to slide because you can just slide that off, and that did happen to me. So this cover, it doesn't come off too easy, but it did slide off on me somehow. So I guess that is a con in some way, but there's definitely a lot more pros than there is cons about this. I mean, it's S tier, dude. It's an S tier pod, S tier, small RBA. You know, I guess that's like my wording. I call them the small RBAs, the ones that are made for the pods. But dude, it works so nice. I am seriously impressed by this. Hats off to Parker, bro, and everyone on the dotMod team. Those guys in California, bro, they really know what they're doing over there. This was a elegantly designed mod right here and an exquisitely designed RBA. I love that, dude. It is just full throttle flavor, amazing airflow. Dude, I can't get over it. I guess another con to say would be the website does say 3.4 millimeter airflow, and in fact it's a 3.2. So would be cool to see a 3.4 in here. You know what I'm saying? It can definitely handle DL all day. All day, dude. That's so slamming good, guys. That is so freaking good. All right, we'll do one more and then we'll call it a video. All right, guys. Cheers. One more. That is so good. All right, guys. I'm Tyler. I'll catch you in the next one. Later. Love ya. Peace.